third video! We're really doing this! I'm so proud of us! So here after New Year's, I've been thinking a lot about myself and who I am and what I want and what I like, and I feel like 2014 has been the year of self-discovery for me. So yeah, 2014 has been a big year for me. It's got its ups and downs, but I definitely think that everything I did in 2014 was for the best. And I kind of feel that now I know myself a bit better. I know my limits. I know what I'm good at or what I'm bad at. I know what I like, what I really don't like. And it's been a process, me finding out all these things, and I'm sure that there's a lot to learn yet. I think I would like to share with you how I got to the point where I could say, this is me. I used to think that being a person would be how you dressed, and it took some time until I found my personal style, and I think that came from just trying them all out. I've tried it all, and I think I've gotten to a point where I could just find something in a store and say, this will fit me, and it will. But actually, I've always felt like I shouldn't be myself, because if I were myself, others wouldn't accept me. It was only my family and a couple of friends who I felt like I could be myself with, and I didn't feel good with that because I wanted to be myself always. But another thing I found out is that you aren't always your true self, no matter where you are, unless you're like with yourself. Because there are so many aspects of yourself. There the self when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, you might be a little more courageous or a little more brave because they bring out those things in you. And it doesn't mean that it isn't you, unless of course you're doing something that you're uncomfortable with. But if you feel like you are free to say whatever you want, or you feel like you can contribute with something of yourself, it is you. And I just didn't know that all of these persons that I thought I were actually just one person. So 2014 has been the year where I have taken a lot of tests, and I've figured out a lot of things from these tests, but basically everything that I found out is something I already knew. And I think I didn't want to admit them, afraid of being myself no matter how good that self was, because I was afraid of being judged. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, and I'm sorry, but I just needed to tell you this because it's actually a pretty big deal to me, because I have developed some skills in 2014 that I definitely didn't have in 2013. For an example, I've become a lot more social, and I think you know that in 2013 I used to be very introverted and shy, and I wouldn't talk to anyone unless they talked to me. Now I've developed a social skill, as they call it. My social intelligence level has leveled up. It's like a game, basically. You just do it over and over and over and over until you're actually there. I gained so many friends on this, and I didn't even know that. I didn't know that if you just say hello to someone in the morning, or if you just smile at them in class, that can do such a difference. And I didn't know that, and I'm so thankful that I know that now, because I'm gonna do that a lot from now on. As you may know, the school I transferred to is a very active school, and we had morning gymnastics almost every day, and they were really keen on that we all just ran in the forest for half an hour, or that we could all play football together in the breaks. And I've never really been that person I've never really been that fit or in that good shape, but being forced, I think, to do it has actually gotten me to like sports and to like gymnastics and stretching and being active. I know, it's completely insane. But I've actually grown to like it, and well, I admit that the first 2 months were really hard and really annoying. But once you get over that, it's actually just relaxing and exciting and fun. It makes me sleep better, which I think it could help you. It has helped me, and I get less sick, and well, I don't get that much like headaches or pain in my throat. You know, I've had like a lot of throat problems. I've had like cough every day, and I had so many problems with it. But that's all gone now. I stress out less. I get less anxious and less stressed, and it just makes me happy. Actually, I think it's something in the brain. My biology teacher told me this. It's something like when you exercise, you release these, I think, endorphins in your brain that activate your happiness and your reward system, I think, and makes you feel happier. Um, so that's good. You get happy by exercising. Well, after you've done it a couple of times. If you're not used to it, you will hate it. I hated it. But I don't anymore, and that's great. Oh yeah, I have become, I think, more aware of what I want to do with my life and where I want to go and what I can do to get there. I've been especially with my New Year's resolutions, because I have those. I mean, who doesn't have a New Year's resolution? I have 3. I have 3 New Year's resolutions. I can tell them to you if you like. I'm gonna tell them to you anyway. So my first New Year's resolution is to be in the Adventure Theater's play. And I know it's really hard, but I just have to focus on practicing every homework I'm assigned and just being active in classes and being there and just doing my best and practicing, which is really important, practicing. And my second New Year's resolution is to get a bit fitter. I would like to be in a bit better shape just for me, because I feel so good about it, and I get motivated by it, and I have actually started to enjoy exercising, so I would like to keep that up. And then the third New Year's resolution is to eat a bit healthier, because I am very keen to just eat a lot of cake and a lot of chips and a lot of not very good stuff. And it's not like I want to cut it out, because, you know, bacon is awesome and cake is awesome and I can't live without that. But just making my own school lunch, for an example, I can get all creative with sandwiches and salads, and I actually kind of like making my own school lunch, because I can decide what I want and I know what's in it, and that's good. And my parents kind of helped me with this, because, well, they're on a diet, so kind of affects me too. So I'm actually on a diet too. No, I can eat cake, they can't. I think I have talked about myself for quite a while, and therefore I would like to end that topic. So I would like to end this video with the story of Gary. How Gary were to be. How Gary and I became one. So the story is, my mother is from America, and well, she was born in America, has a Danish mother and American father, and my grandpa, his name's Gary, lives in America right now. And so I don't see him that much. Actually, only like once every third year or something. So he sends me Christmas gifts, and this was the Christmas gift he gave me when I was 1 year old. So yeah, at my first, or I think it was my second Christmas at that time, I was almost 2. My grandpa sent me this. And he's been with me ever since. Well, the first name I gave him was Snow White. It was still a boy, but I called him Snow White because I loved Snow White, and I loved Disney, and I still love Disney. Don't judge me. So, this little cutie was named Snow White. Then he was named Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, and I think then he was called Bill for a while, and then I just called him Gary. I used to take him with me to kindergarten like every day. I couldn't live without him, and I can't really live without him now. I have to take him on every trip I'm going. I have to take him with me, or else I won't feel at home and I won't feel protected. He's my protector. I always see him like with a sword in his hand and a shield, and he's like fighting off all the bad guys and all the monsters, keeping me safe while I sleep. Thank you, Gary. So that was the story of Gary, and that was the story of my 2014 self. And I thought it was proper since I'm almost 15. I'm 15 in about a couple of weeks now, and I feel weird about turning 15 because I think that's just a really high jump from being 14 to 15. There's like so much space. In Denmark you can do a lot of things when you're 15 that you can't do when you're 14. And therefore it makes me feel older, and I don't really want to be older. And I thought that being older comes with knowing yourself a bit better. So I thought I'd tell you about it. I'll see you next Tuesday.